Good morning, everybody. I'm heading out to milk, and we're heading off to Mass. It is actually quite comfortable right now. I think it's like 72 degrees, but it's 72 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. I think it's supposed to be a high of 89 today, which is lower than they were saying a couple days ago. Actually, they've lowered most of the highs for this week. There were a lot of 90s in the forecast. Now it's all mid to upper 80s, which is still toasty, but it's manageable. I think the lows are supposed to be down into the mid 60s, so not real great sleeping weather, but we'll do okay. I'm gonna head out to milk. I will see you guys in a bit. The pool's looking a little bit clearer. I mean, it doesn't look like that on the camera, but I've had the filter running all night long. It's looking a little bit clearer. There's still a little bit of sediment in the bottom. Yesterday, when I was in with the girls, the third time we were swimming, they like to make a whirlpool, and it actually worked out because it kind of spun all of the sediment to the middle, so I was able to use the skimmer and get most of it out of there. The reason there's sediment in there is because I didn't spray it out as well as I probably could have when I was filling it, but it works. It's getting clearer. I'll check the levels later, but for now, looks like it's doing pretty good. I figured while it was nice out, I'm looking right into the sun, while it was nice out, I'm going to go ahead and water the garden, water those cherry trees that I just planted. It's supposed to get pretty warm today. Right now it's in the low 70s and breezy, so it's not bad, although it feels like it's warming up pretty quick. So you guys probably don't want to see me water. So remember how I said just now that you didn't need to see me watering the garden? Well, it's true, but I wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys follow MIGardener on YouTube. He's got a great channel about all things gardening. He was talking the other day about how if you use a sprayer like this that kind of separates the water as much as possible, the water then takes more dissolved oxygen to the plants, and the plants need dissolved oxygen. So, rather than dumping, a bucket of water on the garden, if you use something like this, that shower head, it'll do better than, just dumping that bucket on. So, if you hadn't heard that, check him out. Use a sprayer like this. They're pretty cheap. You can get a decent one for a few dollars at the store. But so far, so good with the garden. Everything seems to be growing really well. I need some more tomato cages, but it's a good problem to have. So this afternoon after church, I'm hoping to go pull down a couple dead trees that are hung up, as widowmakers. So I bought some aircraft grade aluminum cable, and then I've got these clips. You guys can see these, and these. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to make up a loop to hook on the back of the tractor, and then I'm gonna try to make another one where I can put a hook on so that I can hook around the tree and pull it down. So I'm not sure if this is the right way to do it, but this is the way I'm doing it right now. You take one of these clamps right there, you pass it over the end, and then what you do is you take this, so you pass these over here, and then this end comes through like that. I've got two clamps on here because I figure two is better than one, and then I'm just going to finger tighten these to start like that, and then I will take a wrench and tighten them down, and then you've got a loop. So I've got these ratcheted on here pretty tightly. I took a ratchet and clamped them down, and now I'm going to take this and put it on the end of that, and then I will be able to loop it around things. So I can use this. I'm probably just going to leave this loop on here. I can always loop it onto the end of stuff. This way, the plan is I'll put this on, and it'll look like this. So now I've got this on here, and I can loop it back onto itself. So I can put this around the tree, loop it back onto itself, and it'll cinch down. Then what I'll do is I'll make a loop in the rest of this roll. I'll roll this out as far as I need to get away from the tree. I think I have, 250 feet of cable. I don't plan on being 250 feet away, but I'll go away as far as I need to. Then I'll make a loop in the middle of this, hook it onto the tractor, and then pull the tree down. That's the plan anyway. So here's what I'm going to try to do. That tree hung up right back there. I've got the cable looped around it. I'm going to hook it up to the back of the tractor, try to pull it out of the tree, and then push it out of the way. That's the plan. Here we go. Okay, so you can see right over my shoulder here, I got the tree taken down, pushed out of the way. The video is probably pretty choppy. I didn't have a good spot to locate the camera. I've just got my cell phone and the grippy tripod out here, but it's all out of the way. He'll be able to get his equipment in here no problem. Now I'm headed down to the path. So I got both of those trees down. That was really what I really wanted to get done today. The first one I did, the one over by the street, was a little bit more difficult than I had hoped it would be, not necessarily than I thought it would be. What I ended up doing was pushing it with the bucket on the tractor, breaking off part of it, and then I was able to pull the rest of it out of the tree. And I was trying to be really careful as to how hard I pulled because I didn't feel like having a aluminum aircraft cable snapping back at me. On the path, same thing. It worked pretty much exactly as I hoped it would there. I had to pull it a little bit further than I thought I was going to have to, but I was just hoping to pull the bottom out so that the top would fall out of the tree, and it worked. I'm by no means, here's a disclaimer, I am by no means saying this is how you should do it or how it should be done. This is how I did it with the stuff that I had. So, all's well that ends well, and I'm on to the next project. Homestead Mom is taking Homestead Boy 1 and Homestead Girl 3 to Mass. Homestead Boy 1 didn't feel well this morning, so he's going now, and I am taking these guys swimming. So the middle four and I were in the pool for probably a little over an hour. The water is definitely warmed up since yesterday. I suppose, near 90-degree temperatures during the day will do that. I don't know if you can tell, but there's not nearly as much sediment in the middle anymore. When everybody got out, I kind of made a whirlpool, and then all of the sediment spun to the middle of it, and then I used this thing. Let me show you. This is Intex, the company that makes the pool. This is their pool vacuum. And what you do is you hook a hose up to this thing, and in here you can kind of maybe see that it jets the water downward back into this bag. So that's where the jet of the water goes. So the jet of the water creates a suction. Stuff gets sucked in through here and then into the bag. It works pretty well. Obviously, you've got a fine mesh bag, but anything that's smaller than that mesh kind of gets spread out through the bag. But I was able to get a couple bags full of stuff, not quite full, maybe like 3/4 of a bag when you fully, but you can't get it full because you've got the water coming through. See the problem? 5 lambs not in the pasture. All 5 of them have decided to come out. So Homestead Boy 1 is right over there. I'm going to try to get him to go back in. Hopefully they go right back in. Yep, look at them go. Going right back in the coop. So 3 of them went straight in and went back into the pasture. 2 of them, I don't know if they could figure out how to get out, but they're way over there. You might say, how come they just don't close the chicken coop door? Well, the chickens have been taking to laying out here when they can't get into the coop fast enough to lay. So we've been leaving that open. We might have to figure out a different way to... I may just have to close off the pasture area where the sheep can get through. Homestead Boy 1 was trying to get around him, but he was running and he scared him. And now they're going to do a loop around and come back. I'm not worried about him getting away. So, Homestead Boy 1, sheep. Here they come. This is lap number 1. We've got the 2 sheep in the lead. But Homestead Boy 1 is running a steady race. Oh, he's losing steam. I think he's caught a second wind. Here they come. They're making the final turn. Hopefully they go right in here. Oh, fail. Fail again. And they found their way in.